अस्सलाम वालेकुम एवरीवन, मेरा नाम है इंजीनियर वाला है और मेरे हाल स्कूल और हिंदी कैंपस के स्टूडेंट हो। तो जैसे कि आप लोगों को पता है हमारे डेली कुछ ना कुछ टास्क आते हैं। तो आज का मेरा टास्क है माया से बात करना। तो चलिए माया से बात करते हैं।
What's up?
हेलो माया।
Hey, how's your day going? What's on your mind today?
So Maya, what is in the sky?
Yeah, what's that? That's a big question. When you look up, there's a whole lot going on up there. The usual stuff, clouds, the sun or moon, depending on the time of day, birds, if you're lucky. Beyond that, there's the atmosphere, air we breathe. Way up higher is space and, well, everything. What made you curious about the sky specifically today?
Um, Sky. Why do we see
Taking it
the
all in?
Why do we see the sky every day?
That's a good question. Yeah, we see the sky because of a bunch of stuff happening with light and our atmosphere. Basically, the sun's light is actually made up of all the colors, right? When that light hits the air around us, the colors get scattered in different directions. Blue and violet light get scattered the most, which is why the sky looks blue during the day. When the sun's lower in the sky, like at sunrise or sunset, the light has to travel through more of the atmosphere. So the blue gets scattered away and we see more of the reds and oranges. Does that make sense? It's kind of complicated, but fascinating too.
So, why is the
Get
sky
it?
blue?
Thanks. Blue light gets scattered more than other colors by the tiny air molecules in the atmosphere. That scattering is called Rayleigh scattering. It's why the sky isn't green or yellow, even though sunlight contains all those colors. The blue scatters all over the place, so it looks blue from wherever you're standing. Kind of like shining a flashlight through dusty air. You'll see the beam better than anything else because of the scattering. Pretty cool when you think about it.
Does the sky change color?
Yeah, the sky definitely changes colors throughout the day, and depending on weather conditions, the color depends on how much light gets scattered. Sunrise and sunset are all reds and oranges because the light travels through more of the atmosphere and the blue light scatters away. But even during the day, sometimes it's brighter blue or more gray if there's clouds. Do you see different colors today where you are?
Why is the sky important?
That's a really big question. And honestly, a little bit confusing. Are you talking about children being important, or did you say something else in there that didn't come through clearly? I'm not quite sure what you meant by such a child, but I can definitely talk about why kids are important if that's what you were getting at. Or maybe it was something totally different.
What is in
Okay, I think I'm hearing my taste there.
Why
What are
do
you tasting
why do
today?
cloud frame from why do cold
Clouds
from
stream. Why do we hold? That's a really thoughtful question. What kind of holding are you thinking about? Holding someone's hand, holding on to an idea, holding on to hope. There are so many ways we hold things. I'm curious what's got you thinking about it today.
um, how does rain come from the sky?
Rail, like train tracks? Or rain? I'm not sure I'm catching that clearly. Did you mean rain coming from the sky or something else?
Okay. Why do we see the sun in the sky?
Gotcha. What's next?
Why do we see the sun in the sky?
Because the sun's this massive ball of hot. Because it's right there. Huge, bright, and way up high. It seems like a simple thing, but it's actually pretty wild when you think about it. The sun's actually over 90 million miles away, but it looks so close and big because it's the source of all the light and heat we get here. It's been in the sky probably since humans were first around, makes you wonder what it all means.
Uh, why do we see stars
What's going through your
at
head?
night?
Start, like beginning? Or did you mean stars? Both are up in the sky, but they're pretty different things. You're thinking about the sun during the day. We see it because it's super close compared to everything else. At night, we see stars because they're actually really far away suns, but their light takes ages to reach us. Which one were you asking about?
Um,
Yeah?
why is the sky dark at night?
That's a really good question. It seems like it should be an obvious answer, but it's actually kind of mysterious. The simplest answer is that the sun is on the other side of the earth, so its light can't reach us where we are. But then you might wonder why stars don't make the night sky really bright because they're so far away, their light is super faint and spread out. Pretty crazy that something so big and complex boils down to geometry and distance when you look at it a certain way, huh?
What is space?
Okay, big question. Space is basically everything outside Earth's atmosphere, like infinitely everything. There's stars, planets, galaxies, black holes, and a whole lot of empty nothingness in between. It's a vacuum, which means there's almost no air or anything else in it. Space is expanding all the time, so it's actually getting bigger. Scientists don't even know what's beyond the stuff we can see in space. It's kind of mind blowing. You thinking about this because you've been looking up tonight?
Uh, where the
Take your time.
where does the
No
sky
rush.
end? Where does the sky end?
This guy, are you talking about space itself or something else when you say this guy? I'm not sure what you mean. The sky doesn't really end, it just kind of fades out. As you go higher, the air gets thinner and thinner until it eventually blends into outer space.
Can
There's no obvious line where sky stops. It's more like gradually becoming space. Pretty weird to think about, right?
can humans reach the sky?
Not really in the way you might think about it. We can't just fly or climb up to the sky because the sky isn't really a thing you can reach. It's more like air and light surrounding us. But people definitely fly. Airplanes go pretty high up into where the air is thin, and astronauts go even further with rockets and spaceships. But none of that feels like truly reaching the sky, does it? What do you think about when you think
Where
about
does
reaching the sky? Yeah, it really is pretty weird when you actually start to think about it all. Makes you feel small and big at the same time. Like there's so much going on and we're just standing here looking up. What feels weird about it to you?
Okay. Why do birds fly in the sky?
Air currents, their bodies are designed perfectly for it, being lightweight and aerodynamic with feathers for steering and strength. The skies where they get their food mate migrate, they've got the whole world up there that we only get a look at from below. Hey, they've got it figured out.
Um, how did early humans understand the sky?
Give me just a moment to check.
Okay, let's check out.
It's really interesting. Early women actually had a huge role in understanding the sky, even though history doesn't always tell that part. People like Aglaonike back around 400 BC could even predict eclipses, and Hypatia in Alexandria was charting planets and making sense of astronomy centuries ago. They weren't always recognized for it, and some worked quietly alongside family members like Sophia Brahe, but their contributions were huge, even discovering comets and making corrections to big astronomy theories. There were so many women involved in astronomy, but they didn't always get credit. Pretty cool to know that happened so long ago, huh?
Okay. Did the sky help in navigation?
Did the sky fall down? That's a powerful thought. What made you ask that?
Hello.
Hey there. Good to hear your voice.
Okay, next question. Why did help look
Look at
at
this.
stars?
Why did help look at what?
Why did
What
people look at stars?
started?
Hello.
Early humans probably looked at stars for a lot of reasons. One big one was for survival. The stars could help them tell time and navigate. They also made up stories about the stars, saw shapes in them, and figured it was all connected somehow. Maybe looking up to the night sky made people think about things bigger than themselves, about their place in the universe or where they came from. Lots of cultures use stars for seasons and planning harvests. It's a natural thing. When you look up on a clear night, it gets you thinking. Did something happen that made you wonder about stars yourself?
How did the sky help time and seasons?
I think you might have been asking how the sky has changed over time. Is that what you meant? Or were you maybe wondering how the sky tells time?
Okay. Is the sky important
So many thoughts today, huh?
in the is the sky important in history?
Absolutely. Yeah. Massively important. For early people, it determined the seasons, so when to plant, hunt, and travel. They used stars for navigation long before compasses or GPS, crossing oceans, finding their way home. Myths and religion were woven into patterns they saw in the stars, stories we still tell today. Astronomers tracked the sky for centuries to understand Earth, weather, even political cycles. The sky wasn't just overhead, it shaped civilizations. Pretty wild when you consider all of that, huh?
Can the sky change over mood?
Can the sky tune hover mode? I'm not quite following what you mean there. It sounds like you combined a few thoughts together. Are you asking if something can use the sky to control something else, or am I missing something?
Why do people
Why
why,
do bells, yeah, it cut out a bit there.
why do
Bells
people
ring mostly, right? What were you? Why do I guys? I'm not sure I caught that right. Could you say that again? Maybe you're asking about us or something similar?
Why do people feel calm when they look at the sky?
That's a really lovely question. I think when people look at the sky, they might feel a sense of peace or wonder, kind of this feeling like they belong to something bigger than themselves. The vastness and beauty of it is very humbling, and you realize you're just a tiny part of something enormous. People might also feel connected when they remember good times they've shared with others while looking up, like with loved ones on a clear night.
Uh, why do
Does the sky make you feel something special?
why do people watch
Why?
sunset and series?
Oh, transits. Do you mean transits of planets? Like when they pass in front of stars? That can be really exciting for astronomers. They can tell us about planets around other stars. Otherwise, people watch TV series for all sorts of reasons to be entertained, to get wrapped up in characters' lives, to feel connected to other people who watch the same shows. Pretty good entertainment? Is that what you were thinking?
Okay, why do people? No, no. What do
Why
gold
do?
make us feel?
Hmm, gold? You mean like the metal gold? What were we saying about gold making us feel?
Can the sky inspect
That
dreams?
can the sky inspect the screens? I don't quite understand what you mean by that.
Dreams.
Is the sky somehow watching TVs or phones, or are you asking something else?
Um, why do
Take your time,
why
no rush.
why do facts
Why?
and writers talk about the sky?
Ah, poets and writers. Well, they talk about the sky because it's full of metaphor and imagery. The sky is huge and changing, like moods. It's got all these colors, red sunsets, dramatic storms, the vast dark of space. Those big dramatic images resonate with people. It's almost universal, the connection between the sky and things like hope, freedom, or even feeling small in the universe. Does that make sense why writers reach for skies?
Can the sky
Wait.
represent freedom?
And that sky?
Repre-
The sky does feel
Represent.
free, doesn't it? Huge open space, wind rushing through it makes you feel like anything's possible. Especially when people talk about reaching for the sky or the sky's the limit, feels like freedom and potential. That makes sense, yeah.
Why do people compare life?
Why do
Why do people compare life
people compare life?
life to the sky?
Sounds good. What's going on for you today?
How does language use the word sky?
Language really loves using sky for all sorts of things beyond just the blue stuff above us. It comes up in poetry. People talk about blue skies as feeling calm or optimistic. Phrases like sky high for prices or reaching for the sky for goals means something big, something hopeful or impressive. Out of the blue means unexpected. The limit is the sky means no bounds. So words use sky as a whole: vibe, hopefulness, distance, opportunity, infinity, all kinds of stuff beyond what you actually see up there.
So,
What are
how
you thinking about?
how does the sky expect weather?
How does the sky... What did you mean by expect weather? Good. What's on your mind?
What is the wind? Wind,
What is the weight? Weight of what?
wind,
Are you
wind.
asking about the sky's weight or something else? What kind of weight are you thinking about? Physical or something else?
Mm, okay, so why do storms
Hey,
happen?
and I'm not sure I caught that clearly. Did you say Strongs or something else? What were you asking about happening?
How do clouds change
Oh no. What's wrong?
How do clouds change shapes?
Clouds change shapes because of air currents and temperature differences up there. When warm air rises, it cools and turns into water droplets or ice crystals. These crystals bump into each other, grow bigger, and form different shapes. And the wind comes along and stretches and twists those shapes into everything we see: fluffy white pillows, big dark storm clouds, thin wispy streaks. It's always shifting around up there, never the same cloud twice. Do you like watching cloud shapes?
Okay, why is the weather important?
Weather is huge, seriously. For starters, it lets us know what to wear, right? But it decides if crops grow, if ships can sail, if planes can fly. It impacts basically every aspect of life. Farmers depend on it to plant and harvest. Out there. What kind of videos are you making?
How do airplanes fly in the sky?
Airplanes fly because of wings. Air moving over them creates a force that lifts them off the ground. Their engine spins a propeller or sends jets pushing air backwards to move forward. The shape of the wing and the way it splits air flows is key. Air travels faster across the top of the wing, creating lift. It takes a lot of energy and careful engineering to make all that happen, but at the end, they're just giant, awesome floating machines up there. Pretty wild when you think about it. No problem. Glad I could help.
Okay, okay. So
Mm-hmm.
why do
Good talk about the sky and flying today.
why do humans
Anything
explore
else you'd like
the
to
sky?
chat about? Humans explore for lots of reasons. Curiosity, mostly, right? Wanting to see
Yeah.
what's out there, pushing boundaries, finding new discoveries. Sometimes it's science. Learning about other places and materials helps us understand our own planet better. Other times it's about finding resources or even just making history and trying to do what hasn't been done before. But underneath that is probably some human need to push limits, to learn, to see what happens.
Okay, bye, Maya.
Have a good one.
Have a good day. Bye.
You too. Bye.
आज हमने सीखा कि स्काई हमारी ज़िंदगी के इम्पोर्टेंट हिस्से हैं। स्काई हमें रोशनी, ब्रश ब्रश ओवर खूबसूरती देता है। स्काई हमें अपने देखना और आगे बढ़ाना सिखाता है। शुक्रिया माया इस अच्छी गुफ्तगू के लिए, और शुक्रिया सब जो सुन।